We start this episode with some breaking news coming out of the Raiders practice facility. During the week, it was discovered that Thomas DeShong was limping and sustained a calf injury, meaning he will be out for this game against the Seattle Seahawks. It was a sudden injury, non-contact that took place, and unfortunately, the MVP campaign of Thomas DeShong has been halted for the time being. And in his place, it will be rookie day 3 pick quarterback Trenton Power, who came second in the Heisman voting, only behind our first round draft pick, Renza Odernaut. He will be the starting quarterback this week. The Raiders come into this game at 5-1 on the season, whereas the Seahawks come in at 1-5. They have had a difficult start to their season, as Zach Wilson is the quarterback of the Seahawks, and they have had a revolving door of QBs come in and out of the system ever since Geno Smith was let go, and Zach Wilson is just one of many trying to hold things down for Seattle. They have had a poor last couple of seasons, but they have an opportunity to upset the Raiders, as without Thomas DeShong, it is Trenton Power leading us out for his first career start. We've seen him in a couple of snaps so far this season, doing the power package, trying to get some goal line and short yardage situations. Hasn't really done a whole lot for us, but we know he can run the ball. He ran for well over 1,500 yards in his senior season. He is not the best passer of the football, but we will see if he can come through for us. It is Raiders versus Seahawks up next. The Seahawks won the toss and opted to do the smart thing, putting the rookie quarterback out onto the field immediately, as without a pass thrown this season, what we will see from him is his first career throws, and we'll see if he has what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. His scouting report said otherwise, but we are giving him the chances. It's a read option. We're going to see some of this game, as he is a much more powerful runner than DeShong, not quite as athletic, but he can run it effectively, as Power will launch one to Sharu on the first pass of his career. It's incomplete, but ambitious to start, as on 3rd down and 7, Power will roll left. Power on the move, will throw on the run, and it's intercepted. It's picked off, and running it the other way is Devin Witherspoon, and he has it to the 24-yard line. Thomas DeShong in 6 games didn't throw an interception. It took Trenton Power all of 2 throws to throw an interception, and it set Zach Wilson up in tremendous field position. In reality, this offense is led by Kenneth Walker and the ground attack, as he has been their best player on offense, and we'll see how much he gets the ball this game. But Zach Wilson will throw to start, going for the end zone off the bat, and it's swatted away. That was J.C. Horn in coverage. Ambitious starts for both quarterbacks, as Wilson throwing over the middle, and it is caught by DK Metcalf, and he will have a gain of 9, setting up 3rd and 1, and it is a toss out. Kenneth Walker gets stopped in the backfield. Diggy Zua got in there, and that's going to be a field goal try. The Raider defense does an incredible job. 3 and out, and they settle for the field goal, as Trenton Power will hand off Odernaut. We have to see a lot of Odernaut in the run game today, as Power will throw outside, and it's intercepted as well, and taking it the other way. That is free agent signing Darius Slay with the interception, and now he's inside the 10-yard line, and Trenton Power is just throwing interceptions on back-to-back throws. He's really got to settle things down, as Zach Wilson will throw outside, caught, touchdown, Kenneth Walker out of the backfield, and just like that, it is a 10-0 start for the 1-5 Seahawks, as Trenton Power has gift wrapped 10 points to the Seahawks, as now we go with Oden on the ground. This is still a deficit we can overcome. We just need Power to not turn the football over, settle in, and complete some passes, as he completes one out to Justin Perez. It's going to be a flag on the play, though, as this one could be coming back. It will be a hold on the offense, and that is Garrett Bowles, the former Bronco, with the hold. 2nd down and 17 now, as Power in the pocket will throw a nice one. There's Perez. He gets it back. 3rd and inches. Handing it off now to Odernaut. We are going to see a bit more of Justin Perez today, as he is the main guy in the second team receiving group that Power has gotten the most reps with. So we could see an increased workload for him, as Devin Witherspoon is down, and we could take advantage of that potentially. Screen out, and there is Sharu. Need to get Sharu some touches, as the chemistry between him and Power is obviously not as strong, but manufacture some touches for some of these star players, like Kalen Shanny as well, trying to get his speed on the edge. Only gets 2 yards. Easy completions is what we need for Power as we hand it up. Odernot to the outside. 1 man in the open field. He makes a miss, and he's going to get all the way to the 32-yard line. A nice gain from him as Power will step up into a sack, and he goes down to Lamb, former first-round edge rusher. Read option now as Power tries to get to the edge, and Trenton Power gets brought down. And 3rd down and 11 coming up as Power will go to the air, throwing one for the first down marker, and he's got it to Justin Perez to the 13-yard line. And this is more what we want to see from this offense, as Power is putting together a solid drive after the awful start. 3 yards from Odernot puts us at the 10-yard line as Power to throw. He has a big lane up the middle if he wanted to run it. Instead, he steps back into a sack, and now on 3rd and 14, Power sails one out of bounds. He had all the opportunity to run and maybe get a touchdown. He takes the sack, and that's the level of hesitation that someone like DeShong wouldn't have. We will certainly take the 3 points, though, after how our first 2 drives went, as Kenneth Walker gets a 12-yard run to start the Seahawks drive, and we will see what they can do when not set up in great field position, but it doesn't seem like it's all that troubling, as Kenneth Walker with back-to-back great runs. Now over the middle, that's wide open, and a strike thrown from Zach Wilson gets him inside the 30. Handoff Walker, huge hole for him, as Gabe Marietta is the only one who can track him down. They are at goal to go to start the second quarter. Toss one out. Kenneth Walker has the blocking, and he walks in for the touchdown. And the Seahawks, this time, no fluke, no short field. They go down the field with quickness behind Kenneth Walker's running game, and they go and put 7 on the board, as Power will come back on offense now, and we'll see if he can replicate some of what he did on the last drive. He starts with only a 1-yard run, and Power immediately bails out the pocket and throws one, and there's Perez, and Justin Perez having a nice little game so far. As we hand off to Odernot, we need to see more of Perez get some run, as he has played very nicely. Power had the screen set up, nowhere to go with the football as the pass rush got in from Nwosu. And 3rd down and 10, Power to throw, and he has time, but eventually runs out. Nwosu was able to finish the job as he got in on the last play, got the sack on this one, and it is a punt for the Raiders, who are looking very, very rough to start without DeShong. And that's not even just the only issue. The run defense has been brutal in this first half, as Kenneth Walker will cut it back inside, and he has the first down. And 7 carries for 59 yards and that touchdown. It is a rough start, but we need more plays like that, as Devin Bush shoots the gap, and he gets in there for a 2-yard loss. Now hand off to Walker once again, and Walker seems to trip up on his own offensive lineman, bails us out, as Wilson will throw over the middle, and that is caught by Njigba. That's a great throwing catch. Now we set up for another run, and Kenneth Walker, 11 yards, and these lanes are opening up like crazy for him, as we cannot get any penetration. Now Walker on the outside on the reception right in front of the coach. Abraham Lucas is down. That could help us out a little bit, as we'll see if we can stop the runs to his side, as Armstead bulldozes a man, forces the quick throw, and Njigba, though, sitting there wide open, and it's going to be 3rd and inches, and you know exactly what they're going to do. Kenneth Walker converts, and they are just methodically marching down the field now as they throw one up top. End zone. Metcalf had a step, but it's over his head, and that could cost them 7 points, as now play action. They go end zone again, and this time it's swatted away. Had a chance at the interception. Horn just knocks it down, though. 3rd and 10, throwing across his body, and if Wilson could have set his feet, he would have had a potential first down. They will settle for the field goal, and some mistakes cost them 7 points, but they will take the 3 for a 20-3 lead, as Odernot takes a 3-yard carry. We desperately need to get some points on the board before the half ends, as Power with the read option. He gets outside and finally showing some of that speed that he has, as he gets to the first down to the 35-yard line. Quick throw outside. Kalen Shanny wanted to get his speed on the edge. Second time we've tried that, neither have resulted in all that big of plays, but we need to just keep getting these simple completions. Odernot tries to stiff arm, He gets it to a 3rd and 2. Manageable 3rd down as we hand it off. Odernaut had nowhere to go, tried to bounce it outside and loses yards. We punt the football away, and now they throw one up top immediately. That's caught. He got ahead of J.C. Horn, and that's going to be a massive gain to start the drive. And that's Christian Watson, the former Packer, who was acquired to replace Tyler Lockett's spot. And they have a nice trio of receivers. They throw a screen out, and there's Kenneth Walker fighting ahead. They got the 1st down. Seahawks threatening to put more points on the board as they throw one deep, and Zach Wilson's been trying to unload bomb after bomb. Had DK with a step again. This time it didn't work out. Once more, Christian Watson dove and missed, and Zach Wilson was able to put some of these footballs on the money. They would have a whole heck of a lot more points, I feel like, as Kenneth Walker gets brought down 4th down and 1, sets up a field goal try, though, and the kick is good. That will take us to half, and it has been a miserable first half for the Raiders, and I somehow feel like after the start that DeShong has had to this season, his MVP case has maybe strengthened after what we have just witnessed as Trenton Power threw interceptions on 2 of his first 3 passes, whereas DeShong hadn't thrown one all year. And this offense has been, aside from one drive where we got a couple of nice plays, completely unable to move, not just in the passing game, but in the run game. And on defense, I can't even really say I know what's going on because we can't stop the run. And Zach Wilson is, I mean, he's not all that accurate, but I mean, the receivers are getting separation, are getting open. It's been a rough day on both sides of the ball, and we're going to have to overcome a lot if we want to have a chance to win this game. It is going to be Raiders and Seahawks coming up in the second half. The second half is underway with the Seahawks taking control of the football up by 20, as it's been a rough half for the Raiders. The worst half they've played all season, as on the first play, they take a shot deep. It's swatted away. 2nd down and 10, and the blitz gets in. Sack, fumble, and the Raiders have the football. We needed turnovers to go our way if we were going to have a chance to come back in this game, and we get one. 10 seconds in, Trenton Power takes the field in great field position. You have to get a touchdown here. You have to cash in. Power throwing, has a touchdown potentially. Sharu lets it go off his hands. It's 3rd down and 5. Throw it outside. Sharu this time, he gets the 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Man in motion, Michael Mayer. We hand it off. Odernaut cuts inside. Touchdown, Raiders. And we are not going to go away that easily as we get the strip sack fumble and we cash in. It is a 2-score game as the Seahawks need to make sure they don't allow any other turnovers like this. You cannot give us an opportunity to break this game open and come back in it, as DK Metcalf has the 1st down grab to the 41-yard line. Counter run. It is going to be Kenneth Walker for a gain of just 1. We need to do a better job of stopping him in the second half as Walker gets a carry once more, and once more we stop him for just a gain of 1. We need more of that from the defense here, as on 3rd down and 8, we'll throw outside, and it's incomplete, and the Raiders get the football back. Let's see if this offense can go the length of the field to try to cut into this deficit a bit more, as Odernaut starts to drive off right with a big run. And he has not had a lot of lanes for big runs, but he gets one there as Power will throw outside. Odernaut is going to get the football a lot in his hands in the second half in the receiving game as well, as we hand it off to him and nowhere to go. And stopped at the line of scrimmage. Power play action, rolling to his right. Does he have a man? He throws a crazy ball. He spins around, and he just wouldn't set his feet. He has been erratic at best with some of his plays, and maybe the moment's just a little too big for him, as play action from Zach Wilson fires it to a wide open receiver, and it's caught to the 48-yard line. Now a false start will set them back. It'll be 1st and 15 after the 5-yard setback, and we'll see if the Seahawks can continue moving the football as well as they've been, as they throw quickly outside, and Jigba has the penalty yards and more. Back 2nd down and 5 under center. Wilson play action will throw, and he's got the check down open. Kenneth Walker breaks a tackle, gets close to the marker. They don't give it to him. Maybe favorable spot for us. 3rd down and 1, play action, and they throw it to DK Metcalf. And the crazy thing about that is that throw was kind of poorly thrown, and it worked out in their favor as now the blitz gets in, and the former Raider back home in Las Vegas, Robert Spillane gets the sack. We don't see a lot of playing time from him as Zach Wilson will run up ahead, slide for 4, and 3rd down and 16. We need to stop here, and the screen will be stopped. Stanley Camper will get the tackle, and this field goal will be up and good, but it is still a 2-score game, meaning we are not out of it quite yet as Odernot brought down in the backfield, and it's been a tough day on the ground for the Raiders as a throw, and that's going to be intercepted. Pressure got in, and Jamal Adams gets the overthrow right in his lap, and that is the 3rd interception thrown by Power of the game. And play action from Wilson. He's going to throw on the run, caught for only a few yards, but Trenton Power now, I think he has shown all of us that he just probably is not ready to be a quarterback in the NFL anytime soon. It's going to take a lot of development to try to get him there, but you know, you don't plan for injuries like this with Thomas DeShong going down, and as we do hold them to a 3-and-out, I can say what this defense has been doing well this game is they've been set up in a lot of bad positions, and they could easily have a whole lot more points as Trenton Power rush gets in. Darius Slay on the blitz. He gets the sack. 4th quarter underway as Power in his own end zone throws what had Sharu, and that would have been a massive play, but he just missed the ball and hit as he's thrown on 3rd down. We're going to just have to kick this ball away in a 19-point game. I felt like this defense, though, at least did play some good damage control at some points. You know, they've gotten set up in a lot of bad field positions, held them to 2 field goals on 2 of the interceptions, as Odigizua now is banged up. And it's not more injuries. Is not what we need at all, as Kenneth Walker on 3rd down takes the carry. Will turn the football back to the Raiders as Power will throw underneath. Has Odernot. We'll see if Power can put anything together. Something to be positive about, as we're just going to let him ride out the rest of this game. No point in further destroying his confidence and benching him for Malik Willis, as Power will throw outside. Caitlin Shanny, he'll have it for 9 yards and set us up at 2nd down and 1, and Odernot will take the carry up inside for the 1st down. Power's ahead for a couple more yards, but it's been really tough on the run game as well, as without the threat of a real passing attack, because if you can't complete passes like that, they don't really have to fear you, and they can commit to stopping the run game. As hit as he's thrown, ball in double coverage, and that's almost intercepted. Would have been his 4th of the game. Power now, 3rd down, checks it to Odernot, and Odernot just getting all these check downs. 4th down and 5. We are going for it. Probably our last hope, as Power into coverage, and it's incomplete. Seahawks get a stop and up by 19. This dejected Raider offense leaves the field as Kenneth Walker will come back out to grind out some more carries, grind out some more clock, and we'll see if we have anything in us to maybe stop them. The game is not fully over. If Power wants to play a bit better. 3rd down, caught 1st down as 4 minutes ticking. Stretch out. Kenneth Walker, 1 man on the edge. He gets brought down as Walker's nearing that 100-yard mark. Wilson outside, throw, caught. And not quite a 1st down, 3rd down in inches, but you know where they're going. We thought Kenneth Walker. They surprise us with a throw, and the pressure doesn't get in. It's going to be caught for a 1st down, and that was a real surprising play on a lot of fronts. As play action again, Wilson staying to the air. It's dropped, and I'm surprised at how much the Seahawks are throwing the football at this point in the game, as they have a catch. 1st down again, gain of 10 on the dot. They're at the 12-yard line, as the 1-5 Seahawks run it up ahead. They're not content with just a victory. They seem proud to celebrate this one with a Kenneth Walker touchdown. When you're a team that hasn't had that much to celebrate about, you take every opportunity to get moments like this, and The 1-5 Seahawks are going to move to 2-5, whereas the Raiders are upset. People thought that despite no DeShong, that the matchup was still very much in our favor. As you see, Trenton Power, he can't even just complete a pass at this point. People thought we would still be able to take care of this one, as once again, Power misses Shanny. And this is just getting ugly as Power now just can't complete a ball. And that's another one he just flat out misses. We didn't even need to go for it on 4th down, but we just wanted something, some sort of positivity for Trenton Power as he just sinks further and further down. And I'm pretty confident this is the last you'll see of Trenton Power for a long time, as 1st and goal, minute to play. Kenneth Walker, it's a read option. Zach Wilson walks it in, touchdown, and this one has turned into a complete blowout as the Seahawks go up big, and the Raiders are going to take this loss, and it's an embarrassing one. We have not lost a game like this in quite some time. But like I said, at halftime, if there was ever a game that demonstrated the value of Thomas DeShong and, where he stands potentially in the MVP race, it is this one. And luckily for us, he will be back next week, though I can't guarantee that he'll be 100% as it's, a calf injury. Those injuries linger. Trenton Power completes less than 50% of its passes, less than 150 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. Couldn't even run the ball that much with him. Odernot had majority of the receptions, basically, and no one was really able to do much of anything on the offensive side of the football. Top of that, he was running into pressure left and right, and defense was just really easy to play for the Seahawks, and all their top defensive backs all caught interceptions. They cashed in on all the opportunities. They kicked all the field goals and knocked them through. I mean, the Seahawks did everything they should, and they took home the victory. And it's just a disappointing one for us. But the episode does not end quite yet, as we have another game to get into. We will simulate the game against the Chiefs, our second matchup against them. And in this game, Thomas DeShong's return, it is going to be a 31-20 loss. We won against them in overtime. Thomas DeShong, in his return, throws his first interception of the season. Mahomes didn't even play all that well, but Isaiah Pacheco goes and puts up 150 on us. And it's becoming real concerning that this Raider run defense might be crumbling a little bit, as we have not gotten enough penetration on the inside of the defensive line, as someone like Eric Armstead isn't as good as he was in years past, and Odigizua isn't going to stop the run game all by himself. The trade deadline is approaching, and Kalen Shaney, I will like to point out, did get a kick return touchdown, his first in a little while, and we're happy to see that. But the trade deadline is approaching. Next episode, we play the Buffalo Bills, and I will say that we are going to be making some deals at the deadline. We're going to be trying to see what we can do, as this team is now suddenly 5-3 on the season with a banged-up quarterback and on a real cold streak going in at home playing Josh Allen. We're going to need something to turn things around, as this season has taken a sudden turn at the midway point in a direction that I don't like. But we will see what the next episode holds for us. I will see you all in the next one.